Welcome back to the North American Star League Season 3, Day 3, Division 3.
Game 4.
Week 1.
And Game 4.
And Game 4. TLO versus Axslav. Very exciting game. Also exciting news, we've got a new switcher on the boards. Shout out to Kylie, the best girl Smash Brothers player that I've ever met.
Yeah, this is kind of embarrassing. We played Smash Bros at the office last week. We had our meetings, we had everything done. So we're like, all right, we connect the GameCube to the TV. And Kylie's like, yeah, I can play
Kylie
too.
walks in all cute and perky with her little, pigtails bouncing.
Like, oh, I love this game. And we're like, oh god, another one of those. Like, and then like actually,
we're like, sorry. Okay, the green button lets you like do your regular attacks. The red button lets you do special moves. And then Kylie proceeds to beat everybody in the office like 4 times each.
Yeah, and not just like by 1 or 2 lives, but like in convincing fashion. This was one of the worst gaming moments I ever had in my life. And I told her, Kylie, I like her very much, but I'll never
talk to me again.
I will never play Smash Brothers with her again. Anyway, guys, the next match is going to be in our last match of tonight. Liquid TLO versus Infinity 7 it is, Axslav. Do we have the match sheet one more time? There we go. So I'm just going to fire up this replay. These two guys played this morning as well. Obviously, we do not know the result. But I am very, very excited to find out.
Predict a result.
Oh, yes, of course. We should do that too, Ben.
What do you think?
What did I think?
I forgot who I picked.
Yeah, I know.
It was a very hard choice.
Yes. I actually, before I'm going to introduce these players, we're going to talk about this. Yeah, Ben, I think both these guys, what I want to say before the break, are known to be very, very creative. In the beta of StarCraft 2.
Yes, I know where you're going with it.
Yeah, in this beta of StarCraft 2, TLO was a true innovator. He actually invented a lot of strategies, what everybody remembers, or at least I remember, and a certain European Terran as well, was the Colossus Speed Warp Prism and Res on Metalopolis. TLO was a really creative player, and Axslav in Warcraft 3, he was not an absolute top-notch foreigner, but he was a really, really creative guy, and he played so different than anybody else. In Warcraft 3 there was not much room for creativity, but Axslav, yeah,
he filled that space.
He filled that space, and he got away with stuff that we considered impossible, but he beat very, very good players. So
Warcraft 3 Axslav was StarCraft 2 TLO?
Yes, that I think you can say it like that. But TLO has been more successful in StarCraft 2 than X ever was in Warcraft 3. But still, you can definitely make that composition.
I'm excited for this matchup. You never gave us a choice, a prediction though.
No, so yes, I think it's going to be really close. It's hard to predict, but I'm going for the slight underdog, I'd say, and I'm going to pick X.
Okay. Yeah, we actually discussed this last night. We discussed it this morning. We discussed it at lunch today. This is one of the harder matches to call, I feel, because I just think they're so evenly matched. If it were ZVT, I think TLO would be a heavy favorite because I think his ZVT is on another level because of how long he played Terran at a high level. But his ZVP to me looks to be a little old-fashioned. So I don't know. Axslav does play a really good Protoss. In spite of that, though, when it's too close to call, I'm going to go with my Zerg roots and say TLO takes it in a very close 3-game series.
Interesting opening so far. X is getting cannon before Nexus.
Why is he getting cannon before Nexus? Because there was a very fast spawning pool.
Yeah, it was a 13 spawning pool. I kept my eyes open, Ben. No worries.
Good looking out, bro.
A 13 spawning pool with TLO. I kind of like that actually because it's so standard for Zergs to have to deal with this, and obviously the Shadow Temple is not a map like Daybreak or Cloud Kingdom where you just make your turret a little bit further away. Because if he wants to right now take a turret base, he's gonna have to take it all the way over here, and that's just super, super risky against so many things. So I kind of like the 13 spawning pool from TLO.
Cool. I'm eager to see where he goes with it. Often off a 13 spawning pool, you see something like a 15 gas and some one-base roach stuff behind it. TLO not going that route. He will be expanding.
A little bit sloppy by Axslav, something that happens to every Brothers player a lot. You block a natural and you forget to rebuild that pylon when you know that it's about to go down, so he's going to be supply blocked for the full 25 seconds.
I really worry about this building placement by Axslav.
Yeah,
I think TLO can just kind of work his way around the outside, but those Lings are more concerned with killing rocks than they are with killing bases right now.
Maybe TLO is the Warcraft 3 player after all, and he wants to creep a little bit.
Okay.
How cool would it be?
He'll be very sad when he gets up there and sees no mobs to kill.
If your Lings get like +1.
You level up.
They level up.
Level up and get
turn into an ultra.
they get adrenal glands before lair.
After killing all these rocks, they get fight training, man. It's like experience. It's like they went to the gym. Do you go to the gym, Ben?
I do.
Why do you go to the gym?
Why do I go to the gym?
Yeah.
So that I can knock out your teeth.
Why would you want to knock out my teeth? That sounds stupid.
Well, I mean, there's a reason.
Is there?
Yeah, but we can't talk about it yet. Next week.
This sounds fishy.
Suffice it to say, you'll want to be a subscriber at the end of the year.
We'll see.
No, I mean, I would never actually want to knock out your teeth. I say that, you know, trying to sound tough, but I just want to.
No, you're a big bear inside. Big, lovely bear.
Just want to put a couple bruises on you.
That's okay.
You know how it is.
That's pretty much all you can do anyway. Oh. So we see Axe getting quite a few probes. TLO is just taking out the rock. So he still has 3 bases up pretty quick, by the way, despite this being the Shadow Temple. 6 minutes, 3 hatches.
Yep.
That's as quick as you're gonna get it.
Yep. We have to remember that that in this version of the map, the rocks die faster because they have less armor. So that's one of the things that allows TLO to get those hatches down faster.
I wonder how I feel about that change.
I'm not sure either. I'm eager to see how these games play out, quite frankly, across the course of the season.
+1 is on the way in this fort, but X didn't really give away what he wants to go for yet. Maybe a little bit of forget pressure as well, as we saw Mana do several times against Vibe. It's a pretty popular playstyle nowadays against Zerg, just to find out really what's going on. TLO, by the way, one of the guys with the best creep spread in the business, or at least in Europe. I mean, I can't really speak for every Zerg worldwide because I do not know them. European-wise, without a doubt, one of the best Zergs creep spreading. And I also love this band straight away. Like, just get those overlords in a nice line. Get one here on the top. And also, they're not even that far away. So if he would play against the Phoenix opening, he could still retreat with most of them.
That's a good point. That's a good point. It definitely covers things like drop paths in case Axslav tries to do some sort of warp prism play. Looks like Axslav's going to be doing some sort of 4-gate build, maybe akin to what we saw on Antigua Shipyard from Mana.
Or actually on both maps.
Third base. Yeah.
Mana. Yes, that's exactly how it looks like. 2 pylons on the way for Axe, so not really a lot of action yet, but he is actually dropping his first pylon right now. And we've said this before. Ooh, Axe, that's not a good idea. We said this before, it's so important when you play against strategies like this that you snipe the probe. Something that Dimaga managed to do against Hazuops. TLO picks off this probe. If he picks off this pylon, it's massive. Even if he doesn't pick it off, it's still pretty good because it's the closest pylon, which is still far away from the natural.
Looks like he's not going to spot it. Well, maybe he will. Those lings. Oh, they were shift queued to go up there, but then they saw that.
Zealot.
I don't know what they saw.
The Zealot. They were hungry for blood.
Okay.
They wanted Zealot blood.
so
Overlord does spot it though.
Axe is going to warp in some Zealots. TLO's got roaches popping out. This isn't going to work real well.
No, this is not going to work well at all. TLO's at 59 drones against 47 probes, and he's actually not going to take a lot of damage from these Zealots at all.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to lose anything.
Yeah, he'll lose some Zerg. +1 is of course done. Those roaches, or I'm sorry, those Zealots are going to chase these drones up into. I'm going to kill that tumor. Oh, he does get the tumor. Smart. But we've got roaches popping out very, very soon. With him, TLO's going to be in great shape.
I mean, Axslav, of course, does get a great scout up. Picks up one with tumor. He's really keen on killing tumor. It's like the point
That's so annoying when that happens.
TLO should micro his queen.
Queen, TLO! Oh, bummer. So loses a queen. Going to lose a second queen in the third.
So close.
Barely keeps it alive. TLO still has 2 queens out, so he can manage those injections. He's got a lot of active tumors on the map, so he can keep creeping.
I do feel that was about as good as it's going to get for those Zealots.
Yeah, I think so too. That was an ill-fated attack. And that he killed anything at all is
But that's why this creep spread is so important. It makes it so much harder for those kind of attacks to come as a little bit of a surprise. TLO saw it coming way in time, of course, because of these Zerglings as well. And look at the 10-minute mark, he's already closing in at the Selnaga Watchtower.
Yeah.
That's even having to deal with a strategy like this, that's really, really, really good.
TLO is going to go work on that pylon up there. Axslav took a third base behind this, but TLO's already taking down those backdoor rocks.
Yeah,
and
so big
on 75 drones, he can just start attacking, Kev.
Found this pylon as well on the right side of the map, so really, really nice for TLO. Doesn't have to worry about that one anymore. And as you pointed out, he's at 75 drones. This is such a healthy economy. Roach speed is almost done. Forces 2 cancels and 2 pylons. If I were Axe, I would drop 3 gates here with 3 cannons behind it and a sentry.
I gotta say, I like that Axslav's on double robo right now. Immortals are going to be instrumental in staying alive through this big roach phase. Because TLO's definitely showing us a Stefano-esque style here. He's just making lots and lots of roaches. He's got the Infestation Pit and the Spire down, already getting Hive at 11 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah,
so
but why not, Ben? It makes perfect sense, because he had that Overseer scout, and he scouted double robo. And when you scout it and you see that he's just warping it in, you really do not have to worry about the serious push until up to the 14-minute mark, and then you can have Broodlords and Infestors. I mean, this is kind of how Tifo plays against Terran. Tifo, a Polish Zerg player, not as famous as Nurcho, but very good. He loves doing that, gets Broodlords ridiculously quick against Terrans that are not aggressive. And if you get a scout off like this, you see Protoss, okay, he wants to take 3 bases, he's on double robo. Getting quick Broodlords seems to be like the way to go.
Yeah, it's an effective play style. We've seen some European Zergs catch some Koreans off guard with it because it's not very common in Korea, at least not at this stage of that metagame. But yeah, so TLO is closing in on that Hive tech. He's going to be able to start his Greater Spire as soon as the Hive finishes. Of course, if you start your Spire at the same time as you start the Hive, they will finish together because it's the same build time.
We talked about this the other day. You got the 3 gates, 2 cannons behind it. Gets a couple of stalkers right now, so perhaps he's aware of this fact, the fact that there's quite a bit of an army over here.
Axslav is really working off of a limited number of units, 40 army supply. He's going to be relying on good positioning and building placement to keep him alive until he can get some real heavy-hitting stuff out. He is researching Storm.
That's really interesting because he made double robo, but he barely used it.
Yeah, he's made
maybe because it got scouted.
One immortal and 4 observers. I really like that.
Yeah.
Really, really, really like that. Observers are so key.
But the problem is he didn't scout the main base yet. So he knows about pretty much everything that...
Except for the Hive timing.
Yeah. About the Spire. Then again, I wonder even what he's going to do if he spots his Spire right now.
Man, TLO obviously doesn't talk to the Maga.
Why?
Main base.
No, he has 2 Spires next to each other.
Right next to each other. But there are 2 spine crawlers there, so it's not like a Zealot that's going to be able to
I like that a lot actually.
That's
such a small investment, but helps out a ton against a War Prism drop like we saw in the previous game between Vibe and Mana.
Right now, TLO just sort of posturing. He's got that great economy. He's starting the Corruptor production. He's not got a whole lot of gas, but as we said, Axslav's army is sort of small. It's 72 army supply right now. Stargate's down. He's working towards Mothership, I would wager, since he's making a High Templar. I
mean, I think he's so sure that he's gonna have to deal with Spies. Yeah, he actually scouted it right now with one of the observers, so he knows what he's facing, and I think it makes perfect sense for Axe to play like this. Oops.
One of our observers.
Yep. As we pointed out, these 2 guys did play this morning as well. As we mentioned earlier, Sen and Ganzi played live today, and the other games were played today, but not live.
And, well, Axslav finally moves out of his base. This is just to take a 4th.
But of course we are live.
Of course we are. Always live. You will never see us pre-recorded, except for our news segments. We record those.
Ooh, nice little counter by TLO straight away when Axslav is out of position, forcing a cancel on these pylons and picking up a few probes.
Love it. Love just the map awareness and the activity.
But it makes it so easy when you have this creep threat that TLO has. Look at this! Look at his vision, man. It's almost disgusting.
And Axslav's got a respectable army, but TLO has got so much more. Broodlords are out. Roach Infester. This hatch very well may die, but TLO doesn't care. He's gonna get a whole army.
He's gonna try to do a Jonesing. He's gonna actually try to pick up this forge, and he will pick up the forge. Axslav doesn't have many units over here, but this is not enough.
What a brutal counter! This is gonna force Axslav to send back all of those robo units. Losing the forge hurts. He's gonna lose a handful of units here, but what he's really losing, Kevin, is time. Because while all this is going on, TLO's making more Corruptors. He's getting that Broodlord count up. A few Stalkers gonna make their way up into the 3rd base of TLO.
I like that. I like that he
lose this.
I really like that he retreated with the expensive unit. Oh, but he should be so careful. Fungal Grove.
Goes
Beautiful
down.
Fungal by TLO.
Yeah, all those units are now going to die. Force field is gonna go down, but that's not gonna change anything. The sentries all die. A handful of Stalkers blink away, but the sentries are what you really want to keep alive.
X tried to get this 4th base for such a long time, but TLO just doesn't let him. Mothership is on the way right now, and he's getting Colossus, which I don't think is a bad idea right now. Like, just getting a few Colossus to deal with Broodlings, you know, it's good, makes sense. He has a lot of High Templars too. I wonder if he's going to keep a few for feedback, or if he just wants to get them all for Archons when the Mothership is out.
Axslav needs to be careful about being this far out.
This is a very, very weak army against Broodlords.
Yeah.
Super, super weak.
If he gets caught by some fungals.
This is so useful.
Yeah, but he is, I think, finally going to back up. Just killing all these tumors, which is nice. It's good to deny this vision of TLO, and finally we can see the minimap going a little bit dark as he backs up there. But look at TLO, man. He's got, right now he's got 7 Broodlords out. He's morphing 2 more.
And he's
also making 11 drones. I think that's just going to be for spines.
Yep.
Or maybe it's for mining. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. TLO is maxed out. Axslav closing in on a max. Also, Mothership, she's about 40 seconds away.
I don't think it's going to be ready in time, and this army of TLO is looking really, really scary, man. 9 Broodlords, 25 Roaches. That's kind of how I like it. Maybe the infested count is a bit low, only 3. But I still think that X is going to have one hell of a time dealing with his army.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. His Stalker count is only 23. He's got a couple of Colossi. 5 Immortals are going to be really good against the Roaches.
I like how he's adding a Void Ray now, because there's not that much anti-air.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, in fact. Roach is going to continue working on the third base of Axslav. Is his army able to get back in position in time? Yeah, I think it will. So these Roaches will swing in. Pick off some pylons. They're just going to get out of there. So TLO just doing what damage he can and then leaving.
Yep, nice multi-prong aggression right here from TLO. Just being active with his army one place on the map and then attacking with the Roaches on the other side and even keeping most of the Roaches alive. X did pick up this hedge over here on the right side of the map. Kind of missed that. TLO is going to try to do something with the Roaches over here. Nice playing by Axslav. And the mothership is out now as well. That's really what he needs.
TLO saw it though, so now he knows. His response is probably going to be to build a bunch of Corruptors, and yes, there we see it. A ton of Corruptors going down on the production tab. 8 Corruptors immediately.
I think TLO played a great game, but I think he could have been more aggressive from time to time.
He's been a little passive. Axslav plays a passive style as well, and TLO just kind of said, "Okay, you do your thing, I'll do mine." But I mean, certainly not over yet. This is a formidable Protoss army, and TLO's got to get the engagement just right if he's going to kill it.
Yeah, but now, I mean, it was looking super good for TLO, but now I feel that X is gonna get a ridiculous Protoss army. He's having how many Void Rays on the map right now? Oh, okay, only 2, but one more is on the way. He's gonna have Storm, he has High Templars, he's gonna have Archons. This is pretty much the ultimate Protoss army.
Yeah, all he's lacking is
carriers.
Yeah, a couple carriers. He's even getting a Warp Prism added in, which I love. Dark Shrine would really be the icing on the cake for some nice...
I hope he gets different High Templars for Archons, by the way. That's exactly what he does, because he had so much energy on these. It would be a shame for more of those bad boys into Archons.
Mothership
oh, this is a scary army, though.
Oh, well spread, Broodlord. Storm's going down, blinking forward. Is Axslav. Storm's going down on the Broodlord's interesting Vortex. Doesn't catch a whole lot, but these Stalkers really shredding through the Broods, and Axslav getting a great fight here. Axslav remaxes before TLO. 190 supply for the Protoss, 170 for the Zerg. A couple of, wow, those Broodlords are very stacked up. Ouch, very expensive loss there for TLO, who is now at 150 supply against a nearly maxed out Protoss player, remaxing on Corruptors and Roaches with very little gas to spare for new Brood.
Yeah, he didn't get that many Broodlords, but he got like 4 or 5 or 6 in the Vortex, and once more it was kind of this same Vortex as how Tyler used it. Well, just zoned out a lot. TLO had his units very well spread out, but it's still a pain to deal with Vortex. He's gonna lose these Corruptors as well. This is just why I felt like he's fighting a superb Protoss army.
Gave Axslav too much time, and this is not an army that a Zerg player is very capable of dealing with. TLO knows it, so he's gonna start counterattacking. Working on this 4th base of Axslav, but
there are 2 Void right now.
There's just no answer to the Protoss ball right now, Kev. I don't think TLO can do anything.
TLO microing gets a couple of Zealots in his main base. These Void Rays should be able to clean up these Roaches, not before they get quite a few Zergling kills though. Probe kills, of course. These Zerglings getting probe kills as well. But I would even say that's okay for Axslav. He doesn't need that many probes anymore.
It has to be such a frustrating game for TLO, who's in such a great position for so long, but unfortunately, didn't seal the deal, didn't hit his timings, and now it's looking kind of grim. A bunch of Corruptors are going to come work on this mothership, so...
Ooh, might be able to pick it off using Corruption as well. Very cute blink. Oh, he's just going to Vortex.
Vortex is the Corruptors, which, interesting choice. Roaches and Lings are going to go to work on this Stalker Force. Broodlords in the back, there's just not that many of them, and I just feel like TLO's moves are too little too late, as Axslav's army still... just doesn't dwindle.
There were 2 Archons in that Vortex, but he didn't kill that much. He's gonna lose the Mothership right now, though.
Yeah, Mothership's gonna fall, but Axslav doesn't care. He immediately starts a new one, makes a couple more Archons back home. He was able to save that 4th base. He's since taken a 5th base, and I mean, this is it's an ironclad position for Axslav. It's a position every Protoss player wants to find himself in.
See if 2 Archons are able to kill 6 to 8 Roaches. TLO trying to avoid the splash damage. Cute micro between these 2 guys.
I guess TLO is kind of showing off a little bit, because the game it looks to be firmly in hand for Axslav. It's definitely his game to lose right now.
He's not showing off. TLO's a believer. He never gives up.
He definitely has the will of fire.
Yeah, man, he's one of the most dedicated players outside of Korea, in my opinion.
And he's managed to rebuild a pretty substantial Broodlord force. He's got 6 up. He's got 4 more buildings, so 10 Broods. I'm just giggling at Chance because he's looking into the window into the production room. He's sad because he got left into the studio. The studio's a little chilly right now.
Of course, for the people who are watching the first day of the new season, we have an official mascot this year. His name is Chance.
The esports puppy.
The esports puppy, the awesome German Shepherd. And he gets very sad when his true owner abandons him, even if he's just standing behind the wall. And as long as he's here, then chances eye for us again. He's like, okay.
I think as soon as Axslav gets this mothership out, he is going to push once again. It's going to line up pretty nicely with his +3 ground army, or ground armor, I should say. TLO is basically pure Broodlord Roach right now. He's got a couple of Corruptors in the mix. He's got 1 Infestor.
It's funny how awesome from time to time both guys play, but now like Axe is just playing unnecessarily passive. Yeah, maybe he just wants to wait for the mothership. I guess this makes sense. There's not okay. There's not wrong. Never mind. You know everything I just said. No sense attacking without a mothership. Why would you want to get fungled and lose everything?
Yeah. Maybe he could have done more with that last attack, but you're right. Falling back for his mothership is probably maybe it probably makes plenty of sense. So
it's just not that exciting.
It has given TLO some time to reposture, and it will allow us one final fight. But I have to feel like the writing's on the wall. This Protoss army is pretty nasty.
A couple of Zerglings trying to go for a small run by a hold position, probably being used by TLO, but Axslav is right there with a pretty nice blink. He's going to kill most of these Zerglings. They will be even more annoying over here in the left top since there's only a single cannon.
TLO just going to do the old run around. I guess this is a late game scout. What can you call this? Maybe he wants to kill the Templar archives? I'm not sure. It's probably not going to result in much. Kill the fleet beacon! Wow, if he did that, that would be cool. Because
he might. I think he will.
If you can do that and then pick off the mothership, then maybe TLO could make something happen. Archon's going to come one-shotting wings 2 at a time, but not going to matter. The fleet beacon does fall, so nice moves.
Instantly remaking new one there. Let's take a look at the army. We have 5 Immortals, 4 Archons, 3 Void Rays, 4 Colossus, and 22 Stalkers against 13 Broodlords, 12 Roaches, and 3 Infestors. That kind of seems like an unfair fight.
I have to agree. I think the Void Rays alone could kill that Zerg army.
Oh, I was talking about the 12 Roaches.
Of course you were. The 4th expand of TLO once again going to be picked off, and Axslav walk up here, check, see if there's a 5th. No, there is not.
It's a little bit risky with those High Templars tracing his army.
Interesting going up that ramp. It puts him in an awkward spot. Yeah. There is energy for Vortex, though.
Nice thing.
Picks off the Corruptors.
Good swarm those Broodlords. What he does. He wants probably to get a feedback off on those Infestors.
And here we go. Vortex is going to go down. Catches only 2 Broodlords. TLO microing this as well as he possibly can. Void Ray really doing good work. TLO making it a closer fight than we might have originally predicted. He's still in this thing, man. Morphing more Broodlords right underneath it, blinking forward are those Stalkers. A lot of fungal going down, and now the Broodlords are really getting in the mix, but there's just, what can kill the Void Rays?
Nothing, actually.
Nothing can kill the Void Rays. Not that it would matter, because the Stalkers and the Colossi are doing a good enough job of cleaning everything else up. The last of TLO's forces are falling away. GG out of Liquid TLO, who manages to lose that first game. Axslav brings it through. He's up 1-0 right now.
Pretty surprising, because it looked so good for TLO for such a long time. I think his start was good, the way he handled. I liked his 13 pool opening, made perfect sense on Shattered. I think this was an unnecessary lose. Certainly when he first spotted that the mothership came out, I felt he could have gone right then. Okay, still his Broodlords had to travel the map, but when he saw that he clearly had a superior army, I think he could have gone for it.
I think he could have done more with his army before the Broodlord tech was even in play. He was able to max. Why not? You know, trade a little bit, right? I mean, that's what Stefano does so well. Is just trading units when he hits that point. But not the way it went down. So nice play out of Axslav. Good job of hanging around. That game was, of course, brought to you guys by Kingston HyperX.
Getting a little stiff, man. It's been a long broadcast.
Yeah, man, me too. I went and got a massage today, and like my muscles are all loose, and now I'm
massage.
Yeah, dude, seriously, it was like the most legit massage. This lady had like my legs tied up in knots. It was like putting me upside down.
Was it Anita?
It was not Anita. It was not Mickey.
Was it not Mickey?
Her name was Tiny.
So.
Like really, that was her name.
What was the name of the massage? Double Japanese?
It was a Thai massage.
Just the Thai massage.
Yeah.
Don't we all love those Thai massages?
She roughed me up a little bit, man. She was like putting her elbows in my back and stuff, grinding on me, but it was good. I felt all
grinding on you. That sounds pretty good.
Oh God, that's not going to be taken the right way. All right, guys, quick commercial break, and when we get back, Game 2 of Axslav versus TLO.